Florida authorities warn of road rage among mating alligators. And a welcome mat at a Florida home read, "Come back with a warrant." So deputies came back with a warrant and found drugs. And a Florida dermatologist urges people to stop removing their own moles while in quarantine. These are the weird stories from the state of Florida, the weirdest state in all of America. And you love Florida Fridays, don't you? Today is Friday. It's Florida Fridays on Weird AF News, guys. This is Jonesy, the host of Weird AF News. So happy to bring you the weirdest stories from Florida this week. Let's do it before we get into the weekend. Florida authorities warn of road rage among mating alligators. Well, around this time of year, Floridians don't just have to worry about aggressive drivers on the road. And I would like to add, in addition to aggressive drivers, you have plenty of people driving around drunk in Florida, as I think it's the DUI capital of the world. That's just my opinion. Anyways, these Floridians, the article says, should be on the lookout for some aggressive alligators as well, according to officials, who this week had to remove a 9-foot alligator from a county road. Why? Well, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office warned motorists that it's that time of year when alligators fall in love, but might not always be so affectionate. It's gator mating season. That's right, it's gator mating season. This means they could be more mobile, these gators, and more aggressive than per usual. That's what the Sheriff's Office wrote in a Facebook post. Good for you, Sheriff. You spelled everything correctly. You can't count on sheriffs in Florida to have perfect spelling. A male gator measuring 9 feet 2 inches had to be removed from a roadway after it was spotted being aggressive with traffic. Sheriff's deputies captured the reptile and relocated him to an alligator farm. I want to know what it means to be aggressive with traffic. I need details. Come on, article. Give me something here. Was the gator snapping at various truck bumpers? Was it holding on to people's tires? Was it jumping on the hoods of very small smart cars that were stopped at a light? I bet you a gator could just swallow a smart car without even thinking about it. Did it swallow anybody on a moped? You know, one of these Vespa idiots? I just want to know what it means being aggressive in traffic. Wildlife officials say that mating season in Florida begins in early April. And it could continue until June. Into June. This is much too long to have an alligator mating season. So I have a question for you, Floridians. Why are you living in Florida? I just don't get it. Okay, if alligator mating season was 1 week, I would be alarmed and move the hell out of Florida. One trip to the grocery store and I encounter some alligators screwing in the middle of the road, I'm out. I am out of Florida. You're not convincing me to stay. You guys are, they mate from April until June. Yeah, they're everywhere. They're out in the road. They're screwing on our front lawn. It's just a thing that we deal with, down here in Florida. You know how it is. What's the timeline on this? Well, according to state wildlife officials, it typically begins in April. And the courtship, that's when the courtship begins. And then by late June or early July, the female gators will lay between 32 and 46 eggs. Incubation periods for alligators requires about 60 to 65 days, and baby gators will be born in late August or early September, according to the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. With the warmer temperatures, it actually means there's going to be more alligator sightings. Unbelievable. It's bad enough you got the COVID going around, and Floridians don't want to stay away from the beach. Now you got baby alligators roaming around. These gators lay 40 eggs, 40 baby gators running around your driveway. I don't even know how you're out of your mind, Floridians, for living in these conditions. You just are. I don't know how you do it. And you know what? Just for that, I'm playing the Alligators Everywhere song. Cue it. Got an alligator in my backyard and nobody cares. Nobody cares. Got an alligator in my patio and nobody cares. Nobody cares. Had an alligator at my birthday party and nobody cared. Nobody cared. Had an alligator in the front seat of my Volkswagen and nobody cared, 'cause it's Florida. Alligator.
alligators everywhere, and nobody cares in Florida. There's alligators everywhere, and nobody cares.
A welcome mat at a Florida home read, "Come back with a warrant." So deputies came back with a warrant and found some drugs. Yes, a welcome mat at the front door of a Florida home read, "Come back with a warrant." You know, that's typical. They just want to be friendly, these Floridians. They probably don't have drugs inside. There's probably not any contraband inside. I mean, you got to be out of your mind to have contraband in your own home and also have a welcome mat that says "Come back with a warrant." Am I right, guys? Probably not. This is Florida. Well, anyways, come back with a warrant. And that's exactly what deputies did. And guess what they found inside? Drugs and drug paraphernalia. The Daytona Beach News Journal reports that the home in Palm Coast was part of an investigation into illegal drugs. After seeing the doormat, authorities say the Flagler County Sheriff's Office got the warrant. I guess that was pretty easy. We need a warrant for this place. Why do you need a warrant? Well, the doormat says we should get a warrant. Oh, okay, here you go. They probably have drugs. Yes, they did. Deputies found fentanyl and drug paraphernalia inside during a search last week. Here's a quote from County Sheriff Rick Staley, which is the most amazing sheriff name ever. You're born Rick Staley, you have to be a county sheriff. Rick Staley. Here's a quote from Rick. He says, "The poison peddler had a doormat that said, 'Come back with a warrant.' So we did." I love how he called it the poison peddler. You mean the drug dealer? Is that what you call a poison peddler? Dang, Rick. We came back with the warrant. Our detectives did a great job in following up on the tips that they received on this residence. We still have some follow-up work to do, but for now, the deadly drugs and the syringes seized are off the damn streets. That's right, I'm Rick Staley. I get them drugs off the streets. He says they have some follow-up work to do. I wonder what that could be. Well, you know, we found a cabinet, and written upon it was, "Drugs inside, beware." So we're probably going to follow up on that. We also found a safe that said drug money inside, and we're wondering if maybe we should open that bad boy up as well. These are the follow-up things that we got to do. You know, it's hard being an investigator these days. Investigators say there were 4 people inside, but no arrests were made immediately. No arrests? How? You found paraphernalia. Rick Staley. What kind of sheriff are you? You bust in on them and you don't even arrest them? You found the evidence, Rick. The Florida Department of Children and Families were contacted because, oh no, a child was at the home. Goodness gracious, these poor Florida children. This is the worst ever. The Florida children, my heart just goes out. Can we raise some money for the Florida children, for crying out loud? We're always raising money for animals. It's always like, please raise money for the wombat that's endangered in Florida. We're trying to save the Everglades, guys. Come on. Let's raise some money for the Everglades. Yeah, how about raising money for some of these Florida children? My goodness. You seen the environment down there they're living in? It's unbelievable. The people in your home are selling drugs, so then you go outside to play, and there's alligators mating in front of your lawn. How do you live down there? Please, give money to the Florida children. Nobody's helping. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. A Florida dermatologist urges people to stop removing their own moles while in quarantine. Tampa, Florida. A Florida dermatologist is noticing a new and unsettling trend. People are removing their own moles and their skin tags while quarantined at home. Well, in our defense, doctor, we're very, very bored. I mean, what else are we going to do? You know, you get yourself a little baby knife, and then you get to work on your own moles and your skin tags because those are gross, right? And by the way, we don't want to be going to the hospital for such things. You need those hospital beds for people who have the virus. So let us do our mole removing at home. Why do you got to throw a monkey wrench into our fun machine, huh? Who is this guy? Dr. Seth Foreman. Oh, yeah, he's with Forecare. It was almost foreskin. Forecare Medical Center explains that some people are playing dermatologist by using knives, toenail clippers, and even dental floss as a way to remove these moles. I don't know how you remove a mole with dental floss. That seems strange to me and very painful. I go with the toenail clipper. Just snap it off real quick. Here's a quote from this guy, Foreman. People are playing dermatologist at home and removing moles, skin tags, and other growths on their skin that they don't like and just throwing them away. I love how he's shocked about them throwing them away. Should they keep them? Huh? Is it in a little box by the bed, Mr. Foreman? What do you do with skin tags? Last I checked, you chucked them away. Should we be putting them on a salad, Foreman? What ideas do you have for this extra mole and I almost said foreskin and skin tags? Foreman said there are two very important aspects as to why removing growths on your skin can be dangerous and even deadly. He said, people cannot stop bleeding. They won't stop bleeding as effectively as we can stop the bleeding here in a medical practice. Do you understand? You can't prevent infection as well as we can in a medical practice. That's what we're here for. Foreman has attitude. Moleskin or skin tag removal also could potentially prevent a doctor from detecting underlying issues such as skin cancer. Well, that's a very good point. If you start ripping off your moles, then your doctor can't see them, and then the doctor can't check for the skin cancer. So if you're going to do that, take a picture of the mole first, show the doctor where it was at the time, and take it off, and then go back when the virus is all done, then go see your doctor about this stuff. I'm just kidding. You should go get it checked immediately if you think you have skin cancer. This is a Weird AF News declaration of I see. I don't want to be responsible if you guys be pulling off your moles and don't tell your doctor. So take a video or something. Let your doctor know where it was before you do that. I'm kidding. I can't condone removing moles or skin tags at all. If you want to cut your own hair, that's a different story. Use a YouTube video like anybody else. Here's another quote from Foreman as I go on these mindless rants. Sometimes it can be difficult for a dermatologist to appreciate whether or not a mole is benign or cancer. We will have no trace of it until it's possibly too late if you remove an early one off your skin while you're in quarantine, you dummies. Some dermatologists, including this Foreman character, are offering virtual appointments. How are you going to remove a skin tag, Foreman, virtually, you crazy man? Do you have some sort of new technology we need to know about? Foreman is taking the necessary precautions to see patients for in-person visits. Oh, Foreman's not obeying the lockdown. He's seeing the patients. Hey, listen, Foreman says, we are all wearing N95 masks to protect our patients and protect ourselves. You got it? If you feel like you have some type of medical problem, please seek out the care of that physician in that specialty and don't take things into your own hands. You stupid people! I mean, he didn't say stupid people. I added that, but I feel like he would. He's got such attitude, this Foreman guy. Well, guys, I can't condone taking off your own skin tags and moles. Unless you're very bored. Then, look it up on YouTube. I'm sure there's some videos on how to do such things. I once took out my own stitches because I couldn't afford to go back to the hospital to get them out. Hey, look, some of us are on a budget. All right, you got it? Just trying to make do with what we got in this world. By the way, I tried to cut my own hair, as I mentioned that earlier. Maybe just stick to the self haircuts and not your own mole and skin tag removals for the time being, unless they get out of control. That's just my word of advice for you. All right. Yay! If you like podcasts, check out Spotify. You can listen to all your favorite artists and podcasts in one place for free. You don't even need a premium account. Spotify has a huge selection of podcasts on every topic, including this one that you're listening to right now. And you can easily share what you're listening to with friends on Instagram as well. So download the Spotify app, search for your favorite podcast, and also make sure to follow Weird AF News and never miss an episode. Yes, download Spotify and make your life easier. Hey, thanks, weirdos, for sending me Florida Friday articles. Those of you that did, you can always send me Florida articles at funnyjones@gmail.com, which happens to also be my PayPal if you wanted to send me a very small amount of money so I could buy a cup of coffee, such as Aaron Dallavilla did the other day. Wrote me, happy birthday, cup of coffee. Keep doing your thing, Jonesy. Well, thank you, Aaron Dallavilla. I'm going to drink that coffee, and I'm going to keep doing what I do. And your coffee helps me do what I'm going to do. That was really sweet, by the way. Thanks for the birthday cup of coffee, Aaron Dalla Villa. And I also got a nice, lovely birthday card from Michael from Iowa City. So big love for Michael. Michael's an OG fan of Weird AF News. One of the biggest, as you know. You've heard him on the show so many times with his call-ins. Just a lovely persona that's part of the Weird AF family. So thanks, Michael, for sending me that card. It really means a lot, especially coming from you. Uh, I'm getting birthday wishes as well, so thank you for sending me birthday wishes. Those of you who have, it's meant a lot. It's been a good birthday despite the despite my lockdown, and I thought it would be a weird one, but it's not that weird. You guys are helping it make feel like less weird, so I appreciate you for showing the love. Please don't hesitate to call the show 646-450-2012. The phone lines are always open, baby. Maybe you got you were touched by a Florida story, or maybe you got touched by a gator in the middle of the road. Yeah, just call the show and tell me about it. Send me a photo of it to my Instagram at FunnyJones, or tweet it to me at FunnyJones, or send it to me on Facebook. Comedian Jonesy on Facebook. Also, I have a Facebook page for the Weird AF News. It's just Weird AF News on Facebook, and we have a few followers on this, so join that. What else? What else? Oh, yeah. Oh, the Patreon. I always forget. No, I don't always forget. The Patreon. Join the Patreon. patreon.com/weirdaf news. Help support Jonesy and his Weird AF empire. I mean, I call it an empire, but I'm recording on the floor inside a closet right now. I should take a photo of this and show it to people. It's embarrassing though, but maybe I'll do it anyways. Yeah, I'm recording inside a closet, seated on the floor. Hey man, it gets the best sound in here. I packed it with clothes. Ooh, we're looking good, guys. Upgrading. Hey, it's better than the floor of my former bedroom. All right? I'm upgrading to a closet, okay? And can't you tell the sound is much better? I'm thinking of you. I'm thinking of all of you. Don't you get it? Okay? I'm always thinking of you. That's why you should join the Patreon. Patreon.com/weirdafnews. Listen to some bonus episodes till you're blue in the ears. That makes no sense. I also have some suggestions on ways to entertain yourself while you're in lockdown. Weird things for you to watch or listen to or read, etc., etc. And I'm posting weird things all the time. Also, you get my comedy album, which is pretty cool, and you get the Alligators Everywhere song as a free download. I mean, isn't that worth it? Right there, totally, absolutely. Thanks to those of you who have called the show. By the way, um, maybe I'll publish a couple after this. I love you guys. Have a great weekend. Be safe, please. Let me know you're okay. And if you're in Florida, please, really don't leave your house, okay? It's alligator mating season. There's a pandemic. And what else? I mean, there's people will pull off your moles.